All right, boys and girls, we're going to do the multiplying two-digit numbers using the standard algorithm this time. Once again, this is the same way that your parents and I learned when we were in school. So they'll be much more familiar if they see you working on this. They'll be much more familiar with this method. In class, we would have, if we were at school and using investigations, we would have used more of the previous video, the array model or Foursquare, as I like to call it. But this is you're essentially doing the same thing. It's just kind of more compact and it's more of a shortcut. And you will spend a lot of time in fifth grade doing this. So if you don't like fully understand it, it's okay. Because again, we really just get into it towards the end of the year and it continues into fifth grade. But I think it's important for me to show it to you so it's not totally like new to you in fifth grade. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, and I want you to make a connection between what we did in the previous array model to what we're doing here. You are doing the same thing. Again, it's just more compact and kind of like a shortcut. So the first thing we're going to do, and maybe in a little bit of a different order too, you always start with the ones column. Okay, so we're going to do 6 times 7. 6 times 7, of course, is 42. So we're going to put the 2 down here. And because we can't put the 4 down there right now, we're going to regroup. Remember, it used to be called carrying, now it's regrouping. So we're going to put that 4 above this 4 here. Okay? And we'll come back to that then. Right now, I am not concerned with this 3 at all. Right now, I'm just doing the ones, which I just did. The 3 does not exist. Pretend it's not even there right now. 6 times 7 is 42. Here's your 42. Remember, a 4 in the tens column is 40, so 42. And now we're going to do 4 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 4. Sorry, my teammates are texting me. I want to silence my phone here. 4 times 7 is 28. And then you're going to add that 4 that you regrouped. So 28 plus 4 is 32. So we're going to put that down here. Oops, didn't want to do that. Pencil back on. Okay, so again, 4 times 7 is 28 plus 4 is 32. You're noticing that I am lining up my digits as best I can. I cannot stress how important that is. 6, 7, 2, 4, 4, 3, 2, and then the 3 is in the where the hundreds column would be. Now, there's something that I used to go over in class when I used to teach the standard algorithm. It's kind of corny, but I would ask the class, what do you do when you're on fire? And everybody would look at me strange, and I said, no, seriously, what would you do if you're on fire? I said, would you? And I would get real animated, and I'd run around the room, and I'd say, would you run around the room screaming, going, I'm on fire? No, of course not. You stop, drop, and roll. Now, what does that have to do with math? Well, I'm going to show you. So when you do what we just did and get your first answer there, you're going to stop, you're going to drop, and in this case, you're going to drop the 7 because we've already used that, and you're going to drop the 4 because we've already used that. Does that make sense? Hopefully. And now the roll part, so that was stop and drop. The roll part is we're going to roll down a 0 here. The reason why you do that is because the next problem that you're doing is 46 times 3. But it's not really 3, it's 30, right? That 3 isn't a 3, it's actually a 30, 37. So here is your 30, 3, 0. That's why we drop a 0. Hopefully that makes sense. And now you're going to solve the problem just like we did with 46 times 7, except this time we're doing 46 times 3. Remember, because you dropped the 0, it's theoretically 46 times 30, but because you dropped that 0, you don't have to worry about it. So now we're going to do not worry about the 4 yet. We're not there yet. You're going to do 6 times 3, and remember to line everything up. I can't stress how important that is. 6 times 3 is 18. And just like we did before, we can't put the 1 down here because we have another number to do up here. So just like we regrouped the 4, we're now going to regroup a 1 right there. And that is above the 4 as well. Remember, that 4 is gone. That 4 that we crossed out is gone. Totally poof, gone. Right now, you regroup to 1. So now you have 4 times 3 is 12, plus your 1 is 13. Remembering to line up my digits. It's a little bit easier on a whiteboard, but it is what it is, using what I have here. Now, 322 and 1,380. We know from the previous video that you watched that your answer is 1,702. Well, why didn't we get that? Because we're not done yet. The final thing to doing the US standard algorithm with multiplication is to add your 2 sums that you got up. See what I mean? You're adding the 2 answers that you got, the 6 times 7 and 40 times 7, and then the 6 times 3 and 40 times 3, you're adding them up. And now 2 plus 0 is 2, 2 plus 8 is 10. We're going to regroup the 1 right here above the 3 in the hundreds column. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 3 is 7. And then your 1, and voila, we got the same answer we did before, 1,702. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoyed seeing me actually teach this. This is a little bit better than me posting videos like I had to do before because I didn't have a working camera to use. The issue, just so you know, when I was trying to use my phone to record lessons is everything was backwards. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I would prop my phone up and then I would press it that it would record me like I do for my read alouds. Actually, during my read alouds, I'm backwards too. You just can't tell because you're not really reading along with me. But when I tried to get a big whiteboard out, I actually had a big whiteboard and I put it up here behind the sofa. I was writing on it and I was looking at the screen and I'm like, that doesn't look right. It's backwards. And I thought, well, maybe it'll not be that way when I upload it. So I uploaded the video and sure enough, everything was backwards. So I wasn't able to do that. So I'm so happy I can do this now. And I hope it's going to help. I hope it's going to help you with math. Keep in mind that you will have one problem to do. I'm going to ask you to do it using both ways that I just showed you. And you have until Sunday night to do it. So take your time. Just try a little bit each day. And don't forget my office hours tomorrow from 12 to 2. If you need help with this, please, please, please come and I can help you. I can also help you. Remember, I did send an email out and I made posts a couple different places on Schoology about Friday that I'm being required to go into school and clean out my classroom and your desks and everything and organize everything for you. So I will not be available on Friday. Okay, I'm going to be at school all day and probably most of the night too, getting everything ready for a deep cleaning for the summer because I believe this is the last time we're going to be allowed into the school before next year, actually, or at least until the summer at some point. So we have a class meeting on Thursday now at 12. If you can't make it, it's okay. I'd like to see you. If not, it's just going to be like very low key like it was before. Just talk to each other and see each other. And then afterwards, if anybody wants to stick around, if they need help, I'm certainly available and I can pull this out and pull out my interactive whiteboard and share my screen with you. And then I can teach you how to do this step by step again. But please reach out if you need help. Don't get frustrated. Don't get stressed out. Okay. That's what I'm here for. If I was in class, I'd call you up to the front and we'd work at the front table. Can't do that. So now I'm calling you to your computer and I'm asking you to ask for help that way. So please use me. I'm here to help. All right. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.